Hi everyone, at 87 Doctor. Samuel Harper's days begin with a ritual of calm and precision. From his sunlit study in Charleston, South Carolina, the retired physician spends mornings writing letters to former patients, sharing tips and heartfelt encouragement to stay healthy and engaged. Known as the Doctor with a Heart, Dr. Harper dedicated over 6 decades of his life to not just treating illnesses, but teaching his patients how to thrive. What's the secret to a long and vibrant life? Is a question he has been asked countless times. People expect a groundbreaking discovery or a miracle cure, but his response is always the same. It's the small, overlooked daily habits that truly make the difference. Dr. Harper's philosophy is simple yet profound. Care for the body like you would a cherished home. Over the years, he honed this approach, identifying 4 specific areas of the body, often neglected yet essential, that play pivotal roles in overall health and longevity. His guidance has transformed not only his life, but also those of his patients, some of whom continue to write back, crediting his advice for their newfound vitality. With a twinkle in his eye and his trademark warm smile, Dr. Harper insists, you don't need to be perfect, just consistent. A little care each day goes a long way. In this journey through Dr. Harper's timeless wisdom, we'll explore his insights on maintaining these 4 vital areas, ensuring not just a longer life, but a healthier, more joyful one. Dr. Samuel Harper always began his day the same way, by tending to his feet. To an outsider, it might seem trivial, even peculiar, for a man of his stature to place such importance on a part of the body so easily ignored. But to Dr. Harper, those moments of care were sacred, a deliberate act of gratitude to the foundation that had carried him through 87 remarkable years. Your feet are more than just tools for walking, he'd often tell his patients. They are your roots, anchoring you to the earth. When they are neglected, the whole tree suffers. Dr. Harper's fascination with foot health began early in his career, inspired by a patient named George. George was in his 70s when he hobbled into Dr. Harper's clinic, plagued by chronic fatigue and restless nights. His complaints were vague yet persistent, and despite numerous tests, nothing seemed amiss. Then during a casual conversation, George mentioned his feet. They were always cold, he said, and he'd noticed some swelling around his ankles. Dr. Harper decided to examine them and discovered poor circulation, a problem he realized could explain many of George's symptoms. Together, they devised a simple care routine: daily washing with warm water, gentle massages to stimulate blood flow, and properly fitted shoes to support his aging arches. Within months, George was a new man, brimming with energy and finally sleeping soundly through the night. That was my light bulb moment, Dr. Harper would later recall. George taught me that the smallest adjustments can yield the biggest results. Over the years, Dr. Harper refined his approach, incorporating insights from both modern science and traditional practices. He marveled at how proper foot care could improve balance, reduce fall risks, and even enhance circulation to vital organs. Harvard studies confirmed what he had observed in his practice. Better foot health was directly linked to a lower risk of cardiovascular disease and improved overall mobility, especially in seniors. His patients often balked at the idea initially, dismissing foot care as too simple to make a difference. But Dr. Harper had a gift for storytelling, and he would recount tales of individuals transformed by these modest practices. There was Margaret, an 80-year-old retiree who feared losing her independence due to foot pain. With a twinkle in his eye, Dr. Harper would describe how Margaret regained her vitality through daily foot massages, warm soaks, and a moisturizing routine. Within weeks, she was back to leading her local walking group, her confidence restored. Dr. Harper's own regimen was equally meticulous. Each morning, he would soak his feet in a basin of warm water, letting the heat relax tired muscles and improve circulation. After drying them carefully, he applied a nourishing cream, focusing on his heels where the skin was prone to cracking. Finally, he slipped on supportive shoes, chosen specifically to align with his feet's unique needs. For Dr. Harper, this ritual wasn't just about physical health. It was a meditation, a reminder to care for the body that had carried him through so much. When you care for your feet, he often said, you're caring for your entire self. Every step becomes an act of gratitude. He delighted in seeing his patients embrace these lessons, watching as they reclaimed their independence and vitality. To Dr. Harper, the feet were more than a foundation. They were a testament to resilience, a connection to the earth, and a reminder that longevity often begins with the smallest, simplest steps. Dr. Samuel Harper's clinic was always a hub of energy, filled with patients eager to glean the secrets of his timeless vitality. While many came seeking advice about diet, exercise, or chronic pain, few expected to leave his office pondering the importance of armpit care. Yet for Dr. Harper, this often overlooked part of the body held a vital role in maintaining overall health and longevity. It was a lesson he had learned years ago during his time as a young doctor in a rural clinic. One of his most memorable patients, Helen, was a lively 73-year-old retired teacher who had been plagued by recurring colds and fatigue. Despite her active lifestyle and healthy habits, she always seemed to be fighting off some minor illness. During one of their visits, Dr. Harper observed something unusual. Helen's lymph nodes in her armpits were slightly swollen, a sign of potential congestion in her lymphatic system. Intrigued, he delved deeper into the connection between armpit health and immunity, uncovering the critical role of the lymph nodes in filtering toxins and supporting the body's natural defenses. He suggested a simple regimen: gentle cleansing to remove impurities, light massages to encourage lymphatic flow, and a switch from traditional antiperspirants to natural deodorants. Think of your armpits as tiny detox centers, he explained to Helen. When they're functioning well, your body's immune system can focus on bigger challenges. Helen was skeptical at first. She had never given much thought to her armpits beyond using deodorant, and the idea of massaging them seemed odd. But Dr. Harper's gentle encouragement convinced her to give it a try. Within weeks, she noticed subtle changes. She felt less fatigued, her colds became less frequent, and her energy levels improved. This success story became a turning point for Dr. Harper. He began incorporating armpit care into his routine recommendations for patients, emphasizing its importance in supporting the body's detoxification and immune systems. Modern research would later validate his observations. Studies revealed that proper lymphatic flow, often supported by armpit care, could enhance immunity, improve circulation, and even reduce inflammation in other parts of the body. Dr. Harper took these findings to heart. Every morning after his shower, he dedicated a few moments to his armpits. Using mild, unscented soap, he cleansed the area with gentle circular motions, careful not to irritate the delicate skin. After drying thoroughly, he applied a natural deodorant free from aluminum, a habit he swore by to support lymphatic health. He also practiced a daily armpit massage, a simple technique he taught to all his patients. Using upward strokes, he gently massaged the area, encouraging lymphatic flow and reducing any tension that might have built up. It's amazing, he'd tell his patients, how these small actions can make such a big difference. Dr. Harper often shared another story, this one about Robert, a 68-year-old former firefighter who had struggled with shoulder tension and unexplained fatigue. After adopting Dr. Harper's armpit care routine, Robert experienced not only relief from his discomfort, but a noticeable boost in energy. As he grew older, Dr. Harper became even more devoted to this practice, marveling at how such a simple act could have profound effects on his well-being. The armpits might not be glamorous, he liked to say with a chuckle, but they're powerful allies in your quest for health. To Dr. Harper, caring for the armpits wasn't just about hygiene. It was about empowering the body's natural systems to function at their best. It was a reminder that longevity often depended not on grand gestures, but on small, consistent acts of care. Dr. Samuel Harper had a talent for finding significance in the seemingly mundane. It was this gift that often left his patients in awe, especially when he spoke passionately about the importance of caring for the inner thighs. To many, it seemed an odd focus, almost inconsequential. But to Dr. Harper, the inner thighs were a hidden highway of health. Think of your inner thighs as the intersection of your body's most vital pathways, he would say, his voice calm and deliberate. They carry the blood that feeds your legs and connect directly to your core. If neglected, that intersection can become congested and everything downstream suffers. Dr. Harper first discovered the importance of this area in the early years of his practice. Mary, a 71-year-old retired librarian, came to him with complaints of persistent leg swelling and fatigue. She had tried various treatments to no avail, and her frustration was evident as she sat in his office. After a thorough examination, Dr. Harper noticed a pattern. Mary's circulation was poor, particularly in the inner thigh region. The area appeared slightly irritated from friction, and she admitted that the discomfort often discouraged her from walking. Determined to help her, Dr. Harper devised a care routine that addressed both her circulation and her comfort. He started with simple recommendations: gentle washing and drying, breathable fabrics, and light stretching exercises. Mary was hesitant at first, but Dr. Harper's gentle encouragement and practical approach persuaded her to give it a try. Within a few weeks, Mary returned to his office with a smile on her face. The swelling in her legs had reduced significantly, and her energy levels were improving. "I can walk longer without discomfort," she said, "and I feel like myself again." Inspired by Mary's progress, Dr. Harper began to explore the deeper connections between inner thigh health and overall circulation. He immersed himself in cardiovascular studies and discovered that the femoral artery, a major blood vessel running through the inner thighs, played a crucial role in delivering oxygen-rich blood to the lower body. Neglecting this area, he realized, could lead to not only discomfort, but also long-term health issues like reduced mobility and poor organ function. As he grew older, Dr. Harper made inner thigh care a cornerstone of his personal routine. Each morning, he performed a series of gentle stretches, sitting on the edge of his bed and slowly bringing his knees apart and together. He found the movements not only improved his circulation, but also eased the stiffness that often came with age. He also paid special attention to hygiene, carefully washing the area with warm water and unscented soap, then patting it dry with a soft towel. On warmer days, he used a light dusting of cornstarch to prevent moisture buildup, a trick he often shared with his patients. Dr. Harper loved recounting the story of Tom, a 76-year-old farmer who had spent decades ignoring his inner thighs until recurring irritation forced him to seek help. After following Dr. Harper's recommendations, Tom regained his mobility and returned to tending his fields without discomfort. Your inner thighs may not be the first thing you think about when it comes to health, Dr. Harper liked to say, but they're essential to keeping your body running smoothly. Treat them with care, and they'll reward you with comfort and vitality. For Dr. Harper, inner thigh care was more than a routine. It was a lesson in paying attention to the parts of ourselves that are easy to overlook. It was a testament to the power of small, thoughtful actions in creating a life of health and balance. Dr. Samuel Harper often referred to the back and scalp as the power stations of the body. While other areas like the feet or inner thighs offered foundational support, the back and scalp held the key to vitality, mental clarity, and resilience. "These are your body's energy centers," he would explain. "When they're cared for, everything feels in sync." This understanding had been cultivated over decades, but its significance became deeply personal after an experience early in his career. Dr. Harper was in his 30s, fresh out of medical school, when he first met Barbara, a 75-year-old artist. Barbara had been struggling with persistent back pain and what she described as mental fog. Once vibrant and active, she now found herself unable to focus on her painting or even climb the stairs to her studio. Barbara's case puzzled other doctors, but Dr. Harper approached it with fresh curiosity. He noticed that Barbara's posture was strained, her muscles tense, and her scalp dry and tender to the touch. What struck him most was her admission that she spent little time caring for her back or scalp. Like many people, she hadn't realized the profound connection these areas had to her overall health. Dr. Harper began working with her to establish a routine of gentle care. For her back, he suggested daily stretches to release tension and improve flexibility. He also recommended she use a soft bristled brush in the shower to cleanse and stimulate circulation, working in slow, circular motions from her lower back upward. For her scalp, he encouraged her to massage it daily with her fingertips, using natural oils to nourish the skin and stimulate blood flow. The results were astonishing. Within weeks, Barbara's back pain eased, and she found herself returning to her easel with a renewed sense of focus. "I feel like my mind has cleared," she told Dr. Harper. "It's as if I've woken up after years of fog." Inspired by Barbara's transformation, Dr. Harper began incorporating back and scalp care into his practice. He delved into research, discovering studies that validated his observations. Neuroscientists had found that scalp stimulation increased blood flow to the brain, improving mental clarity and reducing stress. Similarly, proper back care was shown to alleviate stiffness, enhance mobility, and support the nervous system, which runs through the spine. Dr. Harper also practiced what he preached. Each morning he started his day with gentle back stretches, rolling his shoulders to release tension and twisting his torso to improve flexibility. In the evening, he spent a few minutes massaging his scalp, finding the ritual not only relaxing but invigorating. He often shared another story about Richard, an 82-year-old retired engineer who came to him with complaints of poor sleep and persistent back tension. Richard was skeptical of the benefits of such simple practices, but after a few weeks of consistent back stretches and scalp massages, his sleep improved dramatically, and he reported feeling more alert and engaged during the day. Dr. Harper's approach emphasized consistency over intensity. You don't need to spend hours, he'd remind his patients. Even 5 minutes a day can make a world of difference. For him, back and scalp care was more than just hygiene. It was a way to nurture the body's core energy centers, ensuring both physical vitality and mental clarity well into old age. In his later years, Dr. Harper would often reflect on these lessons as he prepared for his daily activities. The back and scalp, he'd say with a smile, are like the roots and branches of a tree. Strong roots keep you grounded, and healthy branches let you reach for the sky. Care for both, and you'll thrive in every season of life. The journey to longevity and vitality is not defined by monumental changes or complex medical interventions. Rather, it is a culmination of the small, deliberate actions we take each day. Throughout this discussion, we've explored how overlooked aspects of the body, such as the feet, armpits, inner thighs, back and scalp, play critical roles in maintaining our overall health and well-being. By caring for these areas, we nurture the body holistically, addressing not only physical health, but also mental clarity, emotional balance, and quality of life. One of the most important takeaways is the power of consistency. Health is not a destination to be achieved through quick fixes or sporadic efforts. Instead, it is a lifelong journey built on daily habits. A few minutes spent each day caring for your feet, massaging your scalp, or performing simple stretches for your back can have profound cumulative effects. These actions might seem insignificant in isolation, but over time, they create a foundation for resilience and vitality. Moreover, this approach underscores the interconnectedness of the body. When we care for our feet, we improve circulation that benefits the heart. When we tend to our armpits, we support the lymphatic system, enhancing immunity. Inner thigh care improves blood flow, which impacts not only mobility, but also organ function. Back and scalp care stimulate the nervous system, contributing to mental clarity and physical strength. These are not isolated benefits, but part of a larger system that works in harmony to keep us well. In today's fast-paced world, where wellness trends and complex health solutions are constantly emerging, it's easy to overlook the simplicity of these foundational practices. However, their impact is undeniable. They require no expensive equipment, no elaborate routines, just attention, intention, and a willingness to care for oneself. This simplicity is their strength. It makes these habits accessible to anyone, regardless of age or circumstance. Another key insight is the role of self-awareness in maintaining health. Listening to your body, noticing changes, and addressing them early can prevent minor issues from becoming major concerns. Daily care routines provide an opportunity to connect with your body, observe how it responds, and make adjustments as needed. This mindfulness fosters a deeper understanding of what your body needs to thrive. These practices are not just about extending life, but enhancing its quality. They help us stay active, independent, and engaged with the world around us. They improve our ability to move comfortably, sleep peacefully, and think clearly. Ultimately, they allow us to live not just longer, but better, making the most of every day we are given. In conclusion, the path to health and longevity is simple yet profound. By focusing on small, consistent acts of care, we empower ourselves to live with vitality, purpose, and joy. These habits may not promise overnight transformation, but they offer something far greater, a sustainable foundation for a life well lived. It is never too early or too late to start. Begin today, take it one step at a time, and trust in the power of these small, mindful efforts to shape your future. And thank you for joining us on this journey to better health and vitality. If you found these insights helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more tips and wisdom to enhance your well-being. Let us know in the comments which habit you're excited to start today. We'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video, and remember, it's never too late to invest in your health.